Happy Monday, Reject Nation. Good to see you today. So, I just discovered that the Luke Cage Season 2 trailer has dropped. Luke Cage, I really did love the first season a hell of a lot. I even liked the last few episodes. You know, the part where, I don't want to ruin the show, there's a very obvious part where a lot of fans were split on how they felt about certain character named Diamondback. I only binge watched it that one time. Currently on Jessica Jones Season 2. We're actually doing full-length TV show reaction watch-alongs on our Patreon, John and I. Check out our Patreon if you want to watch it along with us. We're halfway through the show right now. On to Luke Cage Season 2. Finally got an official trailer. I hope Daredevil Season 3 is next. I wanted to give a Patron of the Day shout out to Adelia Chamberlain because I remember a few weeks ago, actually, you know, she's someone who binged the entire MCU movies. She was also telling me how she was binging all the Marvel Netflix shows as well. She's someone who really is a hardcore Marvel fanatic. If Luke Cage is Power Man, you are Power Woman. I'll tell you that much, Adelia. You're someone who's had to deal with a lot of obstacles along the way. We've talked plenty of times. You're someone who's constantly having to overcome obstacles. So while you may not be a superhero in the physical strength, you are a powerful woman for always moving forward, that no matter what hell you're going through, you keep going and you keep coming out on the other side. So I'm proud of you, my dear. Anyway, let's watch Luke Cage Season 2 trailer.
Yo,
whoa.
I'm Luke Cage. You wanna test me? You know where to find me. Got it all, man.
Everybody talking about Luke Cage like he's Jesus.
I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke.
Oh, this show has the best music.
Man, for the hard rocks, he's a ghetto boogeyman of their nightmares.
That's
People
right.
get smacked with this.
Really, guys?
You gotta know we tried, man.
I ain't no
But one man cannot save a community.
You can't keep doing what you're doing.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sweet.
And believe me, Luke Cage is nothing but a man.
Whoa. Whoa.
Harlem?
It's mine.
Damn. Hate to see such a positive brother like Luke Cage go down like that.
That Steven Smith.
You hurt you. You're not invulnerable, Luke.
Anyone who can take you on barehanded can't be good for Harlem.
Oh shoot. He's like kind of traumatized.
I gotta find him.
Bushmaster. What makes him so scary?
Bushmaster. I've heard of
You
him.
never have to find out.
You kill Bushmaster, then I'm coming.
Nice. Nice.
I've seen you raw, but never brutal.
Sometimes brutality gets shit down.
There's Shades
Rome
Mirai.
doesn't need a hero. It needs a queen.
The darkness that you deal with every day, it can't consume you whole
Dope.
if you let it. Don't let it. Just so we're clear, I'm not looking for a sidekick.
Who says you're not my sidekick?
Oh shit, the arm.
It's my show.
Wow, what a meta way to end that trailer. All right, so just some quick thoughts. Right when the trailer started, one of the things I was immediately reminded of was how amazing the soundtrack was in the first season. The entire time the trailer was going, I was just feeling all of that. There's some interesting meta things that are sort of happening here. Not meta as in meta human, but that is happening. You know, like that last line, it's my show. Even at the beginning when it looked like he was talking directly to the camera, which he was, because I don't know, is Luke Cage starting a YouTube channel or something? Or is he doing one of those things where I'm going to put up a video because I'm going to send a message that I'm Harlem's hero, which is always a cool thing to do. Maybe one day I'll do that for this channel. I'm going to protect the streets of North Hollywood with reactions. In the first season, he's being introduced and Harlem is getting to know who Luke Cage is. The cops are getting to know who Luke Cage is. It seems like at the beginning of this season, he obviously will have an established reputation. I love that moment with the gangsters. They have their assault rifles and they're like, we just got to show that we tried. And then for his reputation to be taken down by Bushmaster, I'm not going to act like I know everything about someone like Bushmaster. I mean, Some people will know that I am the master of the book. Not really. I live in superhero context when viral videos just change the reputation of a superhero. But Bushmaster, if I recall correctly, just minor information, because I heard some speculation a while ago that Bushmaster would be in this show, so looking him up, he heads a criminal organization, which it seems to be here. He does go through the same experiments that Luke Cage went through, and he ends up being even more powerful, and he actually dons this pretty cool outfit that has like a tail on it. And I think for a season 2 mashup, for him to go up against someone who has this similar type of power but is more on the evil side, I think works. You know, you had 2 villains in season 1, and not one of them had superpower. One of them had an ability that allowed a certain type of super strength, but not just as a human was he super powerful. Some people get tired of that and like the Marvel formula in the movies where just the hero's going up against someone with the same exact power. But I think for a season 2, that's a little bit more appropriate because we've already well established Luke Cage in season 1. Misty Knight with the bionic arm, I think in the comics Misty Knight gets that from Stark Industries, but based off what happens in the Defenders, I'm assuming that is made from Danny Rand, his company. And that looks really cool to have them working together, and the fact that she's going out in the streets and kicking ass as a vigilante more than just a cop. The first announcement I heard about this show was that Iron Fist and Colleen Wing were supposed to be in here, and I'm kind of surprised they didn't show them in the trailer. However, I'm pretty relieved they didn't show them in the trailer because it keeps it focused solely on Luke Cage's journey. And maybe in a later trailer they'll show it, or maybe they'll be cool about it and just let it happen in the show, because I would like to see the Heroes for Hire element thrown in here with Power Man and Iron Fist. And I'd like to see the Daughters of the Dragon element thrown in here with Colleen Wing and Misty Knight. That's something I'm even looking more forward to. And unlike Jessica Jones season 2, the fact that she has the bionic arm, Misty Knight, I feel like they'll have to really acknowledge certain events that happened in the Defenders, and especially if Iron Fist will be coming into the show, because Jessica Jones season 2 doesn't seem to acknowledge any of that. But I feel like with Luke Cage, you'll have to link it up in a tighter way than how Jessica Jones is not acknowledging it at all. It's cool that Mariah and Shades are back. We all know they're coming back. There's a big cliffhanger of season 1. So all the focus seems to be going on this Bushmaster character going up against Luke Cage, there has to be some super strong tie-in. Maybe Mariah and Shades are the ones who are able to cut a deal with Bushmaster and bring him in to Harlem to take on Luke Cage. Maybe they'll rework some of the elements of the comic book to help him get the powers or something like that. Or maybe he's just another new gangster who wishes to take over Harlem territory, and Mariah and Shades are going up against him as well. And I think the last thing I want to mention is, you know, I don't want to spoil anything about Infinity War. These shows will always refer to the Battle of New York as the incident. There's a whole new incident that took place, and I kind of feel like this show has to acknowledge it, or maybe even Daredevil season 3 has to acknowledge it. These shows are connected to the MCU, even though the movies don't seem to really care about them. The shows greatly acknowledge that they are connected to the MCU films, and after the events of Infinity War, I feel like there has to be some type of acknowledgement. Anyway, guys, I'm excited for this show. What I really can't wait for is the Daredevil season 3 trailer, but I'm excited for this show. Thanks for watching. You guys can subscribe and become part of the Reject Nation. Click that notification bell, because subscribe buttons don't really work. And check us out on Patreon. Full-length TV show reactions, weekly Q&As. Would love to have you become a Patreon eject today.